Hey there, my name is Andy. Welcome to Namaste at Home Yoga and to a Sun Salutation based practice. This one is a really nice way to get super familiar with your Sun Salutations, or just to feel them in a couple of different ways, if that makes sense. We'll bring the focus to a few different areas of the flow and how it's feeling, how we're moving, how it interacts with the breath, those kinds of things. And I love doing practices like this, so I hope you enjoy it as well. You can start by finding your mat and just coming into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Allow the sit bones just to settle in, get that weight even side to side, and then just grow up nice and tall out of the crown of the head, allowing yourself to settle into some stillness. Taking a bit of a pause from the rest of the day, whatever is on the go. Allowing the gaze to soften or the eyes to close. And letting the mind get a little less busy. We're not making it go completely blank or trying to think of nothing, but rather we can let thoughts come into the mind and just as easily let them pass by. You can always come back to them later. Let's start to tune into our breathing here. Just notice how it's sitting with you right now. Feeling any gentle expansion and contraction with each breath. Maybe bringing your next inhale even deeper as we fill through the belly, through the chest. Letting go with the chest and the belly. Inhale fills us up bottom to top, belly and chest. Exhaling, let that go, slow, chest and belly. If you'd like to bring a specific focus to mind for practice today, now is a great time to do so. And if you have nothing in particular on your mind, I will guide you through a few different focuses as we make our way through. And you can really start to hone in on what suits you best. And allow hands to float through center, chin to chest, softly opening the eyes. Find our way back to a nice tall spine here and starting to open things up a little bit. Let's bring the right hand down to the right side of the mat. Inhale, left fingertips to sky. Exhale, we find a side bend here, somewhere that we can keep the sit bones grounded while creating length through the left side of the body. Feeling expansion in the rib cage, in that left side with each inhale. Allowing neck to stay long. Inhale, float back through center. Exhale, go ahead and release that down. Other side. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, we fold, finding that gentle side bend. Opening up to the right side of the body this time. Really breathing into it. Create that space. Next inhale floats you back up. Exhale, release it down and find your way to a tabletop. Hands coming to stack under shoulders, knees stacking under hips. And finding a couple of cat-cows here. We inhale to let the belly drop, head, chest, and hips rise. Exhaling, press through hands and knees around the spine. Inhale, belly drops, head, chest, hips rise. Exhaling, we press and round. Let's find 3 more of these, just following your pace, your breath. Absolutely no rush. We start to explore some of those edges in the body, some of our end ranges of motion. Easing into them, maybe a little bit more depth with each repetition. Or maybe we found a spot to hang out today. As you finish, you can find your way into a neutral spine. We'll activate through the core a little bit here, starting by sending the right fingertips forward. Left leg is coming back. Using that core tight in towards the spine to help us find stability, to find balance here. Can stay for the next couple of breaths as you are, or maybe starting to move with an exhale. We'll bring knee towards the elbow. Inhale, extends us back out. Exhale, knee towards elbow. Extend, get long, one more. And finding our way back to the mat. Can reset for that second side. Left fingertips reaching forward, right leg comes back. Again, we'll take those first few breaths to stabilize. Notice how our body feels in this posture. And then staying with that stillness, or maybe adding some movement. We exhale to draw knee and elbow towards each other. Inhale, extend, get long. Exhale, draw through center. Inhale, reach. Last one, your pace. Exhaling, we find our way back to the mat. You can go ahead and tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, and just take a few moments to do what you need to do, getting comfortable in our downward dog. Maybe pedaling it out, weight shifting side to side or forward and back. Then allow as much of a bend as you need to the knees to allow the sit bones to start to reach up and back, allowing the chest to sink down towards the mat or towards your legs. And let's continue this warm up. Inhaling, right leg goes high. Stepping outside of the right hand. We'll twist a little bit here. Right arm floating up towards the ceiling. Find a couple of breaths. Reach those fingertips high. Find space. Exhaling, we find the mat. Left hand this time reaching up and away. And exhaling, we bring hands to the mat, step it back, downward dog. Other side, left leg can inhale high. Stepping outside of the left hand. Opening up into that rotation, left fingertips first. This time we reach them up. Finding that nice long wingspan. And exhaling to plant, right arm this time, open it up. A little bit more challenging on the balance as we turn away from the leg. And again, exhale to plant hands, step it on back, downward dog. Let's find a shift forward to a high plank and a couple of breaths there, just holding steady, finding that strong core engagement, pressing the mat away from you or pressing the earth away from you, creating a long line from the top of our head down to the knees if they're on the mat, or out through the heels. Moving through this, find an exhale to lower to the knees, untuck toes, chin and chest come to meet the mat. Inhale, draws the chest forward and up for Cobra. We'll pause here for a couple of breaths, encouraging the hands to be light. You can still stay in contact with the mat, but not fully supporting you. Encouraging some strengthening through the back body. And being kind to the neck will allow that gaze to rest just at the top of our mat, maybe a couple inches in front. Beautiful. Take an exhale to lower, press through palms, send it back. Downward dog. We're going to get nice and familiar with those, but I like to at least introduce the movement before it becomes such a large part of this practice. You can start to walk the feet forward towards the top of the mat. We'll meet in a nice forward fold, allowing the upper body just to ragdoll forward over the legs. Maybe we let the head go, the neck go by nodding or shaking the head. You can always grab for opposite elbows and introduce a gentle sway side to side. Finding what feels good for you here, and releasing any grips that you might have. We'll start to roll up to stand, vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming up to the top of our mat, we'll fill up with a big inhale. Exhale, hands through center. Taking a moment just to feel how strong we are up here, how stable we are. Using that pressure from the palms to open up through the heart a little bit. Finding some activation through the upper back. And we'll start to move in our first round of our Sun Salutations. Find an inhale to sweep the arms open. Exhale, we fold forward, come on down. Inhaling, hands find the shins, crown of the head reaches forward, half lift. Exhaling, hands plant, right foot steps back to the toes or to the knee, pressing up for our lunge. Hands may rest at hips, through center, overhead, your choice. Whatever the shoulders are okay with. And as we exhale, we'll frame that foot, step back, downward dog, moving through our flow. Inhale floats us to plank. Exhaling, we lower with control, knees, chin and chest. Inhale draws us forward and up, Cobra. Exhale, bring it back, downward dog. Inhaling to send the right leg high. Stepping between the hands. Again, back knee lowered or lifted, your choice, as we press to rise. Ensuring that front knee stacks over top of the ankle. Crown of the head is ever reaching tall. And exhaling, we frame, step forward, this time forward fold. Rolling back up to stand. Big breath in at the top, optional back bend as we sweep the arms overhead. And exhale through center. Second side, inhaling, we fill up. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, half lift, reach the crown forward. Exhale, hands plant, left foot back to toes or to the knee. Pressing through that front foot to rise. Maybe this time hands find a different spot to rest. If not yet, you're craving a little bit of exploration of movement in this practice, you will have plenty of opportunity, so no rush. As we exhale, we'll frame that foot, step back, downward dog. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, draws us forward and up. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg inhales high. Stepping between hands. Lunge on our second side. Come on up. Settling in. The back knee is lifted, allowing the heel to be lifted as well. Hips staying square, facing the front of the mat. Exhaling, we frame the foot, step forward, forward fold. Roll it up to stand. Big breath in at the top, optional back bend. Exhaling through center. Allow the hands to open up to either side, finding mountain pose or Tadasana at the top of our mat. Palms open up towards the front. Chest is proud. Weight is nice and even between the feet. Feel where your feet are grounded in your mat, where they feel solid and supported, where our center of balance is resting. Is it stationary or does it sway? And keeping in tune with that groundedness as we find our way through our next flow. Inhale to float arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, weight shifting towards the balls of the feet. Exhale, hands plant, right foot comes back, find your lunge. Pressing firm through that left foot to help us rise. Allowing arms to rest in a position that feels good for your shoulders, for your neck, for your back. Allowing that core to be strong, helping us to feel that pressure down, strong with the legs into the mat. Exhaling, we frame, step back, downward dog, feeling the fingers pressing into the mat here. We inhale, shift forward, high plank, push the earth away from you as we lower with control. Inhale, drawing forward and up. Exhale, firm through the palms once more. Bring it back, down dog. Right leg inhales high. Stepping between hands. Press firm through the foot to rise, crescent lunge. You can tune in with that front foot, noticing all four corners. Firm into your mat, aiding with our balance, our stability here. And as we exhale, we frame the foot, step forward, forward fold. Roll it back up. At the top, we find our big breath in, optional back bend. Exhaling through center. Second side, inhale, fill up. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, feel the balls of the feet press in that half lift, heels grounded. Exhaling, hands plant, left foot comes back. Floating up to our lunge when you're ready. We've got a couple of breaths here. Feeling exhales to let us sink a little bit more in towards the mat, into this lunge. Exhaling, we frame the foot, step back, downward dog. Inhale, weight shifts forward. Exhaling, we lower with control. Inhale, gentle lift forward and up. Taking an exhale to send us back. Left foot inhales high. Stepping between hands. Pressing to lift. Firm through those feet. Each round a little bit more sure of our placement, of our stance. More familiar. Or if you've never noticed really how the foot plants into the mat. Maybe this is entirely unfamiliar, it's new territory. Good to explore. Exhaling, we frame, step forward, forward fold, roll it up to stand. Inhale, sweeps the arms wide, chest is open. Exhale through center, allowing hands to come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Opening to either side. Find a huge breath in here, fill up the lungs, bottom to top. A big sigh out the mouth, let it go. One more, fill up. Big sigh. Return to those deep, slow, controlled breaths. And if it's comfortable for you, I'll encourage you to breathe in and out mostly through the nose. I'm going to pay most attention, or more attention, this round through to how the breath moves the sequence, how it fuels each part of the postures, each shape. With an inhale, let's open up, fill up. Exhaling, we fold forward. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift, be light. Exhale, hands plant, right foot comes back. As we inhale, feel yourself sweep up, light as the breeze. Allowing that lightness with each inhale to keep the chest proud, keep the crown of the head tall, fingertips reaching high if arms are overhead. And exhaling, we frame, step back, downward dog. Inhale, float forward. Exhaling, we lower. Again, with control here. Inhale, get light forward and up, Cobra. Exhale, firm through the hands, back to our downward dog. Inhaling, right leg high. Exhaling, we plant between hands. Inhale to lift. Inhales allow us to reach. Exhales allow us to be grounded, to find depth in each posture, in each shape. How does your breath feel in this shape? Exhaling, we fold, frame the foot, step forward, rolling back up to stand. Inhale to sweep the arms wide. Exhale through center, second side. Inhale, we open. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands plant, left foot steps back this time. Inhaling to rise. Really allowing those inhales and exhales to guide each movement here. Going at your own pace if I'm a little quick or a little slow today. How does your breath sound in this shape? We'll exhale to frame, step back, downward dog. Inhale, shifts us forward. Exhale, we lower. Inhale, forward and up. Exhaling back. Left leg inhales high. Stepping between hands. Inhale, lift. Subtler changes this time. Maybe an inhale helps the posture grow tall, but exhales allow the shoulders to sink down a little bit away from the ears. That might require the arms to get a bit wider today, and that's perfectly fine. We'll take it one step at a time, listening to that breath, listening to our bodies. And as we exhale, we fold, step forward, roll it up to stand. Inhaling at the top, fill up. Exhale through center. Back to Tadasana. Standing strong in that mountain posture. If it's comfortable for you, take a moment to allow the eyes to close or gaze to soften. And if you're comfortable with it, I would encourage you to try parts or all of our next round of Sun Salutations with this softer gaze or with the eyes closed. It is absolutely more of a balance challenge that allows us to really get in tune with where our body is in space, how it's moving, what it's doing. To connect in a bit of a different way. Otherwise, I invite you to come back to any of our earlier focuses, whether you're coming back to alignment, to groundedness, or to breath. Let's keep moving. We'll find an inhale to open up. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, fill up even deeper. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, hands plant, right foot comes back on the mat. Root to rise, float up. Let that breath guide you. Exhaling to frame the foot, step back, downward dog. Move through your flow, inhaling high plank. Exhale, lower to knees, shin and chest. Inhale, forward and up, Cobra. Exhale, back, downward dog. Right foot inhales high. Stepping between the hands. Press to rise, float on up. Being kind to ourselves if we're feeling a few wobbles or shakes. Knowing that we are surely challenging ourselves here. Surely growing from it. Exhaling to frame the foot, step forward, forward fold. Roll it back up to stand. Find a big inhale to fill up. Exhale through center. Moving into our second side. Inhale, open. Exhale, we fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, hands plant, left foot steps back. Pressing to rise. So strong. Exhale, let's frame the foot, step back, downward dog. Shifting forward, high plank. Exhaling, we lower. Inhale, Cobra. And exhaling back to our downward dog. Left leg goes high with an inhale. Stepping between the hands. Pressing through to rise. We are so present in this moment. Exhaling to frame, step forward, forward fold, roll it up to stand. Inhale at the top to open up, sweep the arms wide. Exhale through center. Finding your way back to Tadasana or mountain pose. Maybe just taking a couple more breaths here with the eyes closed or with that gaze soft. Allowing that breath to flow freely. Maybe coming back to whatever focus we had in mind at the start of our practice. Finding an inhale to sweep those arms open, fill up. Exhale, hands can meet through center, chin softly bows towards the chest. You can come back to our space, slowly opening the eyes if they're closed here. And I hope that in this practice you're able to find a few new ways of approaching your sun salutations, or even just got a little bit more comfortable with them. Even with the breath alone, that's always a win when we're practicing. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you soon. Namaste.